Using Avios on economy seats, you're leaving comfort on the table. Today, I'm taking you from nice idea to 2 lie-flat seats using the BA Companion Voucher in just one click. I'll show you the 2 voucher types, solo travel versus traveling in a couple, how to half the Avios on premium cabins, when to use your companion voucher with Aer Lingus or Iberia instead of British Airways, and the mistakes that kill bookings. This video is chaptered. If there's things that you're more interested in, you can skip ahead. If you want all of the information, stick around for the whole thing. We're going to start off by talking about what a companion voucher actually is. It is a reward from the British Airways American Express cards that allows you to half the amount of Avios that you spend on a booking. So if you're traveling in a couple, you get 2 for 1. And if you're traveling solo, you get the entire booking for half the amount of Avios that you would have ordinarily spent. Return. You still pay the taxes, fees, and charges on the flight, and the voucher lives in your British Airways Executive Club account until you're ready to make the booking. Your companion can be anyone that you want, as long as they are on the same flight and in the same cabin as you are traveling. Now, there are 2 types of British Airways personal American Express cards, and the voucher that you will earn on each card behaves differently. Let's start with the British Airways Premium Plus American Express card, which is the black card. And with that card, the companion voucher can be used in any cabin. You can use it on economy, premium economy, business class, and even first class. The voucher is valid for 24 months from the point that you earn the voucher, and there is a lot more availability on seats when this voucher is selected during the booking process. The voucher with the British Airways standard American Express card, the blue card, behaves slightly differently. It is only valid for 12 months from the point that you redeem it and can only be used on economy flights. However, the logic of the voucher is exactly the same, that you can use it for 50% off on a solo travel journey, or if you are traveling as 2 people, you can use it for a 2 for 1, the second person of course being free. That is one way or return. I wouldn't recommend using one way because it's a waste of the voucher's value. Going into that a little bit deeper, I'll use an example here to show where if I booked 2 seats for myself and someone else using Avios, using British Airways, where without the companion voucher, the number of Avios that I need for the booking is completely different to the number of Avios that I need if I am using the companion voucher. And with a solo example, if it's just myself traveling, you can see as well that half the amount of Avios will be used versus if I did not use the companion voucher. You can mix the cabins that you fly in. So if you don't have enough points to fly business class return, for example, you can fly business class on the way out, economy on the way back, economy on the way out, business class on the way back, premium economy, first class, whatever it is that you want to do. Once you've earned the voucher, it's pretty simple to use it. You go into British Airways, making sure that you're logged in, of course, to your Executive Club account. And when you do so, go to book with Avios, and you will see that the voucher is available to be selected for your booking. If it is selected, when you enter your departure and destination and all of the details, then when you get to the next page, all of the prices that you see will reflect the price with the companion voucher. Now let's talk about how to actually extract a phenomenal amount of value from the voucher. First off is not using it on short haul flights. I know it can seem tempting when a short haul flight maybe is going to save you a few £100s because EasyJet and Ryanair are charging a phenomenal amount for summer holiday pricing, but honestly, when you see that you can save thousands on business class flights and actually bring business class into the realms of reality and possibility, you will not want to waste the voucher on such a small inconvenience. Positioning flights can save you money, so that is departing from a different airport in a different country, for example Doha or Madrid or something like that, where it is much cheaper with a different airline to fly to the destination that you want to go to. Peak versus off-peak matters, but that's the only pricing calculation you need to worry about. There is no demand-based pricing. It is very much, this is the price depending on how many miles you're going, where you're flying to, and the fees that are incurred for that route. Seats drop 355 days in advance of travel, so if you're looking for something that is a particularly popular route, for example Singapore or Tokyo, where everybody's always trying to fly business class or premium economy because it's a super long flight, you need to be on the ball 355 days in advance of travel if you really want to have a chance of securing those seats. And having flexibility on the airport that you fly from or to can be really helpful. For example, flying from a different London airport or flying to a different airport in New York. There's a number of examples like this. Companion vouchers can also be used for open jaw flights. As a quick summary, an open jaw flight is when you return from a different airport to the one that you flew into, and the distance between the 2 airports that you're flying to and from need to be smaller than the distance between the airport that you departed from to the one that you originally arrived in. So let's talk a bit about Iberia and Aer Lingus and why and how you can use a companion voucher with them. They are 2 airlines in the One World group that allow you to use a British Airways companion voucher for booking. You can do so simply by setting the departure airport as Dublin or Madrid, and you'll be able to see availability for those airlines, and you can use a companion voucher for that booking. If you don't see a lot of availability, sometimes you can call British Airways and there'll be more availability through them, and it'll be a much easier experience. But that possibility is there, and it's a great hack because Iberia particularly uses substantially less Avios than British Airways does to fly the same distances. These are the only airlines in the One World group, apart from British Airways, that you can use your companion voucher with. Also important to note that these airlines often have lower fees, taxes and charges than British Airways, and that's something that cannot be influenced at all by the companion voucher. The fees and taxes stay exactly the same and you pay them for both parties. Now, there are some rules that trip people up in the companion voucher space, and I'm going to explain them right now. The first is that the card holder must travel on the journey. So you couldn't book a companion voucher journey for 2 of your friends to surprise them for their wedding. It wouldn't work. You have to be traveling, and then the companion that you're traveling with can be anyone that you wish them to be. The outbound flight must be booked before the date of expiry of the voucher. So if your voucher is expiring on the 26th of January, you must fly out by the 26th of January. The return flight can be whenever. Both people traveling on the companion voucher must fly in the same cabin. So you couldn't have yourself traveling in business class and your friend traveling in premium economy. No matter how much you really want to fly business class, it must be both of you. This voucher is one of the best tools in the aviation industry to help you fly better, fly further, or fly more comfortably. Spend it wisely. Make sure you look at all partner availability that is relevant, Iberia, Aer Lingus. Make sure you're flexible with dates if you can be, and make sure that you're always prepared and book ahead if you are able. Drop your dream route below and I'll try and reply the smartest way to spend your voucher for that route. As always, I've been Jordan, this is Miles Ahead, and if you found this even 1% useful, I would love it if you could like, subscribe, let YouTube know that I'm kind of sharing some knowledge here, and we'll see you on the next one. Safe.